Welcome everyone to not only episode 16 of the Mates Rates podcast, but the last episode of the year. This is it. We are going out with a bang. And by that, I mean farting in my pants. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. That was a weird way to start it, but yes. Welcome. Welcome one, welcome all to the final episode of the year. Now, I know, in the last episode, I said if this was going to be the last episode, I would wear a Santa hat. I'm sorry, but life just gets in the way, and I just couldn't go down to the shops and get one. So, I'm wearing red and, trying to get into the Christmas spirit. So, I'm doing my best here. It's a one-man band, okay? So, welcome. But yeah, this is it. What a way to end the year, I guess. Because next week I'm away. I'm going to go away, see my family, spend Christmas with them for the first time in 5 years. And then by the time we get back, it'll be a couple of days before New Year's, and I'm going to get fucked up. So I think I'm going to take like a 2-week break. I'll try and get an episode in sometime in that week of New Year's, but no promises. Hey, it's the end of the year, I'm just trying to take it easy, okay? Just relax. All right, so what a fucking day I've had. All right, strap yourselves in. It's not too hectic, but so I just lost my cat, but I found him. Thank God, because one, I'd be devastated, and two, I'd have divorce papers as a Christmas gift. So what happened was I had a whole bunch of errands to do today. As you would know, if you're an adult towards the end of the year, you got a shitload of stuff that you got to cram into a very short amount of time. So I was running a bunch of errands. Oh, by the way, and on the way to one of those errands, I had to go get the car service today before our road trip. A dude just walked in front of a Porsche. On purpose, mind you. I was driving through the St. Kilda area on the Nepean Highway. So that's like, 70 Ks an hour, I think? I don't know. I think it's like 60 Ks, but people go 70 to 80 Ks there because it's like a highway. Anyways, there's a Porsche next to me. And as we're driving down the highway, as I'm driving to go get my car serviced, this dude just sees the Porsche, eyes it off, and just walks right in front of it. Craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. I kind of have to step on the accelerator for a bit because this Porsche had nowhere to go. He was in the far left lane, so he had to swerve into my lane. And then I saw it happen in my rearview mirror. Porsche swerved, narrowly missed the dude. And yeah, everyone was alive, thank fuck. But makes you wonder. Obviously, okay, this time of year, it's shit for some people. But do you reckon that dude was trying to get a bag? I don't know if if the insurance rules or whatever play like this in Australia, because I know they do in America. But this dude just straight up walked in front of the car. Do you think he saw the Porsche and was like, hang on a second, this dude's got some money. I need money for presents. Because, I've been, maybe he's been, I don't want to say he's anything on his parenting if he's got kids, but maybe he was a shit dad. Maybe it was like Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie, the one with the toy. You know what I'm talking about. Look, the movie guy doesn't know a movie title, okay? Maybe he saw that and was just like, I need to get these gifts, but I got no money. But here's a Porsche. If I get hit, maybe I can get a bag and problem solved. Maybe he was trying to do it civilly, and he was just like, gets hit, and it's like, you know what? It's okay, bro. I won't take you to court. I won't press charges. Just give me like $1,000 or $2,000 and I'm out. Maybe it was $2,000 because he's like, I'll take $1,000 for the kids' presents and then $1,000 for myself. Maybe he's probably had a shit year. He's like, you know what? I deserve a treat. And he can just do whatever the fuck he wants with that $1,000. Boom. Problem solved, These are the scenarios that run through my fucking head on a day-to-day basis. Anyways, back to losing my cat. Go get the car serviced. I come back. It's about lunchtime, about 1 o'clock. My cat's screaming at the back door to go outside in our little courtyard that we have. I was like, yep, go outside, buddy. Does it every day. Routine. No worries. So, mind you, this is 1 p.m. I come upstairs here in my office. I've got a lot of editing to do before the end of the year. So, I'm here buckling down for about like 4.5 hours, I want to say. I was up here for. Just locking myself up to get all this editing done. You know, just trying to get all my shit done before the end of the year. Anyways, I'm like, all right, cool. My work's done for the day. I need to set up for this podcast. Start setting up all these lights and cameras and microphones, and I was like, you know what? Bit thirsty, out of water. Go back downstairs, go to fill up my water bottle, and I was like, let me check on Leroy. He's normally sitting on our little daybed in the courtyard. Go out there. The gate that goes to our carport, our communal carport, and aka outside our premises, was wide open. Don't know how, it's normally locked, but I guess for some reason one of us must have forgotten to lock it. And yeah, the door was wide open, and 4.5 hours have passed. Our cat is such an indoors cat, except for the courtyard, and I immediately freaked the fuck out. I am so scared. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but our cat's disabled. He's got like 3.5 legs. He can't, like a possum could easily just get him, or a bird for that matter, could easily just swoop up and that's it. It's a wrap. No more cat. So I start freaking the fuck out. I'm trying to call Caitlin. She's ignoring my calls because she's at work. I'm like, you need to fucking answer, okay? I'm slamming my desk. This is important. I'm so scared. Anyways, I'm like, fuck, he could be anywhere. Like, that was a 4-hour window. That could have happened at like 10 minutes after I left, or he could have only just gone outside. So I grabbed my keys and I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do for the next 2 days. Fuck all my work. I need to get my cat. So I run outside. He's not there. And, God, I don't know if you guys are in a similar position. That's surely someone out there can empathize with me. It was honestly like, even now, I'm getting hot and sweaty just thinking of it. Not because it's hot outside, but anyways, as I'm running to our front gate to leave our premises, because we're in like a group of townhouses, I hear rustling in the bushes, and sure enough, our little disabled boy was just hiding in the bushes. Thank absolute fuck for that. But at the same time, I could imagine what it's like for him. He is like a real little cat. I can imagine him just going outside and being like, whoa, what the fuck? Everything is just so much bigger, and like, he's pretty timid. So yeah, he's probably just been hiding in the bushes for fuck knows how long as well. Managed to get him, clean up. He's all good. He's sitting downstairs. So I'll take that as a win in my books. But I had this scenario in my head where I was like, I'm going to run off to the streets and try and find my fucking cat. And I've got plenty of photos on my phone. But if you know, in the last episode, I got a Leroy tattoo. So I could have just flashed my leg and been like, yo, have you seen this fucking cat? Mind you, it is kind of twisted because he's a demon cat. So he's got like red eyes and very subtle. His pupils are upside down crosses, which is a sick detail. Also, fucking huge shout out to Court Elise at Lygon Street Tattoo in Brunswick East for doing that for me. If you want like a really sick cat trad portrait or a pet portrait, full stop, go to her. She fucking knocked it out of the park. So huge shout out to you, Court, if you're listening to this. Anyways, so I had that in mind. I was like, yeah, I've got plenty of photos on my phone, but I've got him on my leg. So I don't know. I just thought that was like a funny thing to do. Anyways, it's always this time of year though that crazy shit happens. Okay, so last year, right? Obviously bushfires. So that'll immediately is the top tier of crazy shit that was happening at that time. Still shout out to my hometown that's still recovering from the fires. Love yous to bits, and I'll see yous next week. But anyways, that's not the point. Sorry, talking about fires. Need to get hydrated. So the night before we leave to go to my hometown, And before all that chaos started as well. I'll get into that story in a quick second. We were at the car wash around the corner from us, just doing just cleaning the car before, 10-hour road trip. Anyways, there's this dude next to us cleaning his like fully sick, souped out, I don't know, Subaru, I don't know, car shit. Subaru, fucking whatever. It was like a car they spent a lot of money on, clearly, on doing mods. He probably watched the Fast and Furious franchise and was like, hey, I'm Dom. That's me. So anyways, as he's leaving, he does like this fucking crazy burnout, but he just came out of the car wash, so his car is heaps wet, loses control, flips on the other side of the road, hits a tree, and honestly, I swear to fucking God, if that tree wasn't there, he would have killed this like old lady that was going for a walk. Scariest shit I've ever seen, unfold in front of me. And yeah, he hit the tree so hard, his car did a 180 and ended up on the other side of the road. That's how fucking fast this dude was going. So yeah, Tracy Grimshaw, hello. Yeah, I got a fucking red hot headline for you 12 months late. So yeah, that happened. And then obviously we went home and the bushfires were happening, and then it surrounded where we were, and then we had to get the fuck out, and we had to spend New Year's with no phone service and no power. And that was just like, that alone was just really fucked up. Come to think of it. But yeah, and then the Christmas before that, I'm not fucking finished. The Christmas before that, we were having major problems with our car, and they were like, yo, your car is like fucked. And we're like, yeah, but we just bought it. It's a brand new car off the fucking lot. Why is this having this issue? So then we had to like quickly get like a replacement car and all this shit. Oh my God. It's exhausting just talking about it. I'm like 10 minutes into this podcast and I'm already like, I'm done. I'm done for this whole episode. So yeah, I don't know. Is it the same for you guys? Because when you watch Christmas movies, it's the same thing. There's always like this chaos and like the characters are trying to achieve something and get somewhere, but this is blocking them and that is blocking them. I understand there's like basic story building, but it happens to us nearly every Christmas. So there you go. Let's fucking knock on wood that it doesn't happen. Like no other crazy shit happens until we leave on Monday, and then whatever, I don't care. I'll be sitting by the beach somewhere. So yeah, I'm really excited for that as well. Being at home and being with my family for the first time for Christmas in 5 years. I'm fucking hyped for that. No, it's not because I don't love my family, okay? We got our fucking problems like every other family, but I still love them to death. No, it's like, I'm here in Melbourne with my wonderful wife, Caitlin, and all her family's here. So it's just convenient to have Christmas here and then go up and see my family afterwards, okay? All right? One day, if all of you bozos get married as well, you'll understand the fucking stress of it, of having multiple Christmases, okay? So get off my fucking back. All right, I'm obviously too heated from that. All right, moving along. I dropped a new sketch video. If you haven't checked it out, I've spammed it so many fucking times, but I don't give a shit. I worked 3 days on a 2-minute joke. And I'm proud of it. That's why I want you all to check it out. It's called My 2020 Recap. And let me preface this whole thing, okay? So this transpired while we're in second lockdown. So I've had this idea for like 4 months, okay? But I couldn't do it until now because obviously it was like a recap of the whole year kind of thing. But this is how most of my ideas for sketch content and just YouTube videos transpire. Like obviously if I do a reaction video, I just find something funny and I just write a whole bunch of jokes and I get on here, press record and blah, blah, blah. But with this sketch video, I was sitting on the couch and I had this idea in lockdown. I had this idea. I was like, oh, isn't it weird? I was like, what are all the influencers doing? Like all the travel influencers. What are they doing during lockdown? Like obviously nothing because they can't fucking go anywhere. And I was like, well, one, that probably sucks for their business. But two, what's going to happen with like their 2020 recap year? You know, like if you're in like the not entrepreneur, the influencer space. I'm not an influencer by any means, but if you understand that realm in like the YouTube space like I do, you know that they always do like these crazy recap videos with like this really upbeat travel vlog song, crazy transitions and voiceover, and they're trying to like push some kind of motivational message, but they're really just trying to be like, look at how cool I am compared to you. That's how I see it. I've got a few people that I know that actually do like travel shit for a living, and I'm not talking shit on them. I'm just talking shit on like the influencer space, okay? I don't know. No one's safe when you're making a joke, not even yourself, okay? So, yeah, I don't know. It was the dumbest idea ever. And I could have executed it a lot better. Like, looking back on it, I was like, I should have taken more time. I could have filmed this bit and that bit, because I had this whole thing of obviously what happened with George Floyd and everything. I was just kind of be like, all right, I want to do this whole bit where I was like gearing up to overthrow the government. But I was like, I didn't want people to think that I was making a joke about that situation, because obviously what happened was fucking tragic. But it's like, you know, what a wild year we've had. You know, especially here in Melbourne, we had the second lockdown and shit, and then obviously that shit happened with George Floyd, which was so tragic. And then we're like, all right, well, fuck you, lockdown. We're going to break that and protest it, because this is so much bigger than George Floyd in general. We've got our own problems here in Australia. So I was like, is it crazy? We went from, you know, global pandemic, everyone's getting sick, fuck, better stay inside, and then doing the reversal of that because of an injustice. I don't know. I'm not trying to make this fucking podcast political or anything, but holy shit, who would have thought 2020 would have included those two things alone? So, yeah. But yeah, that was kind of my idea. And I felt like I wanted to make a video about it because I've worked with influencers before, and man, like, some are really cool, okay? So I did my first ever commercial I directed was for Tourism Victoria. And they had like a bunch of influencers. It was like a week shoot, and that was actually so sick, because the influencers were like creatives, they were like blog writers and photographers and shit like that. So that was really cool, because I just felt like I was hanging out with creatives all week and then just getting really fucking epic shots with them all week as well. So I'm not talking shit on all influencers, but I had this one job with a certain vacuum company, and man, I don't know if these influencers were just like mums. I'm assuming so, because it was like a vacuum thing. So, but I'm not going to choose my words carefully, but you know what I mean? I was like, oh, that job that I had with the travel vlog, like travel people and shit, they were creatives. These people, I had no fucking idea what they did for a living. There was no, and like that was just like a day shoot kind of thing, like a day event that I did with them, just doing testimonial videos and shit like that. But I was like, man, I don't know. They were just boring as fuck in my eyes. And like the whole day was, I'm sorry if you were listening to this, but like the whole day they were just like this on their phones, doing stories and just typing away, and then just listening to whoever was speaking or anything like that for a second, and then doing more. They were just like on their phones the whole time, which I also kind of found kind of rude, because the person doing the presentations, I found their shit kind of interesting because I'm a nerd like that, but that wasn't the point. Anyways, yeah, like I'm a nerd like that, but I felt like they just didn't give a shit at all. I felt like they were just mad disrespectful. They were just on their phones all the time, but I don't know, man. I don't know how much they were getting paid to be there. I'm assuming a lot of money. Actually, no. I don't think they got paid at all, because they all walked out with brand new vacuums really cool cordless stick vacuums. I'll let you fucking put the pieces together of who I'm talking about here. But these vacuums were like $1,000 a pop. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, well, okay, I know I'm being paid to be there, but I'm still like, hey, if this option was available to me, give me the fucking vacuum. You know, the vacuum would probably cover like my day rate kind of thing. So I'm not saying I'm an influencer, but I'm up for payment options at times. You know what I'm saying? Not for exposure, but hey, a vacuum is a really fucking cool vacuum. Anyways. I'm really shining about how much of a fucking nerd that I am. So, yeah, I don't know. I was just, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say great hustle to these ladies because I don't know what the fuck they do. They obviously have big followings, and I don't know if they just don't do anything and they just post photos on their Instagram. But fucking good on them. Great hustle. If you can finesse like $1,000 products, and you've done like fucking nothing and just posting photos on Instagram, shout outs to you, you know, like you finessed it well. I can respect the hustle. So yeah, I don't know. That was my rant about influencers in the wild, which is also an amazing Instagram, which you should check out if you are fans of like Brown Cardigan and whatnot. I'm going to have actually a quick influencer shout out moment myself. Now, you're seeing the hat if you're watching, but if you're not and you're listening, I'm wearing a hat. I'm going to give a huge shout out to Souls right now. There's no fucking ad. They ain't paying me to do this. But you see this? Souls in Carnegie. I think they've got one. I think they've got them a few of them in Melbourne, but my closest one is Carnegie without trying to dox myself. They got this dope as hell hat that I got. I'm trying to support local businesses now that the pandemic is over and stuff, and you should too. If you have the means to do so. If you don't, go get that Kmart shit. They have lit stuff for a cheap price if you are in a budget. But if you got the money, spend that shit locally. And shout out to Souls. Best fucking sandwiches in Melbourne. I'm going to say it. Best sandwiches in Melbourne. Probably some of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my fucking life. And I've had a lot of sandwiches in my time. All around the world. You know, I'm not, you know, in the UK, I've been to Greg's. No, I'm kidding. I'm not comparing it to fucking Greg's. But no, shout out to Souls. Yeah, their food is fucking sick. And I had to pick up a hat today on my way back, which I thoroughly enjoyed my sandwich. And cold brew as well, mind you. I had a coffee. They've got coffee as well, if you're a fan of coffee. They've got really good desserts too, which I haven't tried yet, but that's on my list, okay? So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm having my influencer moment right now and giving a huge shout out to Souls for a sandwich place. I think what I might do, and I'm being like 100 with you right now, I think every episode I'm going to try and find like a small local business or area or person that I love, that I really want to shout out, because obviously we're still trying, we're getting out of this fucking pandemic, and economists are saying we're not going to feel the full brunt of the recession until March, when JobKeeper and JobSeeker is up. So I'm going to try and, I know there's only like a small group of you listening to this podcast. I'm well aware of that. I don't give a shit though, you know? Like, people are asking me, Warwick, why do you do this? You know, even my sketch videos, I spent fucking 3 days on that video and it's only gotten like 50 views. My Tony Robbins one has like 2,000 now because I said something about someone controversial and everyone got pissed off about it. So they're having their fucking 2 cents. But I do it because I was a fucking loser in high school. I still am a loser now and I'm fucking proud of it. So I don't care. I don't care about the viewership that much. So I do this because I love it. And yeah, every episode, I know there's only a small group of you listening to this, but I'm going to give a shout out to different businesses and whatnot. And write in. I have an email. I'm going to say it halfway through this episode, not at the end. I have an email address, matesratespod@gmail.com. Got to write the second time. matesratespod@gmail.com. Write in with your stories. I'd love to hear some and make, have a laugh with you online about it. And if you got businesses that you want to shout out as well, I know I'm kind of doing the Chris Clemens route here, but I'm stealing his thing. But yeah, I want to help out some local Melbourne businesses and people. So hit that email, matesratespod@gmail.com, or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, we're moving on. Speaking of, we're at the end of the year. Well, this is going to be the last episode of the year for me. You're not going to hear it from me until 2021. So let's not leave anything off the motherfucking table, you know? You're going to have eat your greens and your dessert too. Speaking of dessert, I might go get a little sweet treat after this. Actually, I haven't even had dinner yet. That's okay. Yo, no cap. Soul's is so good. I had that sandwich at 1 p.m. It's now 6:30 p.m. 5.5 hours later. I'm not even remotely hungry yet. If that's not a great testimonial, I don't know what is, okay? So props to Souls. If you want a sandwich, it's going to fill you up for a long-ass time. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the year that has been, the 2020 year. All right? I'm gonna put it out there. This year was fucking shit, all right? I'm not denying that, but I can't help but to say this was one of the best years of my life, all right? Now, you're probably like, what's going on? What's happening? Nothing's really happening. Actually, I'll fill you in. I'll tell you what happened, okay? Now, I don't want you to think that I'm bragging, all right? I am going to take like a little humble moment or whatever. I don't know. I'm going to shout myself out for a second. And this is something that's like kind of hard for me to say. We're getting real for a second, okay? Something that's a little bit difficult for me to say. But if you've been following my YouTube channel for a while, you know about a year or so, like a year and a half ago, I made a video about getting my life together. Talked about the struggles that I've had as a freelancer. Am I getting emotional right now? No, surely not. Talked about the struggles of being a freelancer, the financial situation I was in, which was fucking shit at the time. And it was honestly one of the shittest periods of my life. But here we are, December 2020. All right. And being real as well, it's been like this for like 7 fucking years, okay? I have struggled financially and chasing this wild fucking idea that I had to become a filmmaker. And this year, it worked out. This year was the year that it finally fucking worked out and paid off for me. All right? So I did well money-wise, okay? And I know. I shouldn't be saying that because people are struggling this year. And it is hard for me to say this stuff without feeling some kind of guilt. And I'm full of guilt in multiple other ways. But I'm proud of that, you know? It's cool to say that shit. And I'm having a little victory lap moment right now. With the fucking 5 people that listen to this podcast. We've grown from 3 to 5. I'm going to fucking say it. We've grown from 3 to 5, and I'm celebrating with all of you right now. This ain't no Mr. Beast thing. If you're a family member listening and you want some money for Christmas, it ain't happening. I'm not that rich. But this year, and I've spoken to a few other people, and they're feeling the same way, and they've had a similar path to mine. When you're doing something as crazy as this is, and when you're that like focused on chasing that dream, you don't give a shit about money, you don't care about anything, you just want it to work out. And a few other people in a similar position to me, I'm not going to shout them out, you know, they might tell their story in their own time. I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to speak for them, but I'm here to speak for myself. So if you watch that video and you're wondering what the update is, I have no more debt. Cleared it. I paid off my last credit card in August, I want to say. I've got an emergency fund now, and shit's good. And again, I'm not rich, okay? I treated myself. I treated myself this year because I was like, after 7 fucking years, I deserve it, okay? And if you're listening to this, and I'm not here to be some Tony Robbins motherfucker or Gary V shit, but if you're listening to this and you're young and you're still trying to figure your shit out, just look at this. Listen to this part of the podcast. Watch my video that's titled Getting My Life Together, something like that, on my YouTube channel. Watch that and this, and let it be known that's you can do it, all right? It'll work out. It'll all work out eventually. And that's what I tell everyone. You know, I'm actually so shit at giving advice. That's why I could never be like, well, I don't want to be a motivational speaker anyway. I feel like they're all narcissists, but and egocentric. You kind of have to be, though. Anyways. But yeah, I'm really bad at advice, but the only advice I will say is, like, if you want to fucking go for something, go for it. It'll honestly all work itself out if you really give a shit that much. And that's why I'm so focused on my YouTube channel, for my sketch content, and this podcast. That's what I mean. Like, I've always been a fucking loser. I don't care about the viewership. I love it. And I hope one day it works out. And if it doesn't, I don't give a shit. I'm having fun doing it. I come from a time before this viewership stuff happened. Okay? So, you know, which also, it's kind of like crazy when you think about it. I feel bad for people that are kind of being brought up in this world where it's all about, like, followers and money and shit like that. Damn, that would suck. Anyways, I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Say it one time for you all. And also give the people who have reached out to me and cared about my mental health and everything, I want to give them a fucking shout out too. You know, I've got a good group of friends in my life that, one, are there to support me, but two, more importantly, keep me in fucking check. And if you're listening to this as well, you should do the same thing. I've surrounded myself with shit people in my life. I've surrounded myself with yes people in my life, but the close friends I have in me now, they're real. They're the ones that give me props, but they're also ones to pull me in check when I'm fucking up, or if something's too good to be true. They pull me up and they're like, "Yo, watch yourself." And that's what I'm saying to you now. Enjoy yourself, but watch yourself. Oh, that's a fucking good. Yo, maybe I am Tony Robbins. Holy shit. Motivational speaker tour coming 2021. So, yeah. In saying that, this year has been shit though. I couldn't work for 3 months. And a whole bunch of other shit as well. Like, obviously, we're living through a fucking pandemic right now, okay? Obviously, this year hasn't been great. But I'm hoping, well, now that the vaccine's rolling out, I'm hoping shit goes back to normal. Also, sign me up for the vaccine. Just give me the jab. I'm sure I have put way worse shit in my body than the vaccine. People are saying you don't know the long-term effects of the vaccine. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Just give it to me so I can try and live my life as normal as possible, okay? That's one thing I want for next year. People to stop talking about fucking COVID. I've gone... It was just so hard when I restarted this podcast, because we were still in the middle of lockdown. So there was nothing to talk about except for fucking lockdown. But I'm glad that's sorted now. And yeah, give me the jab. That's all I'm going to say to finish up. No, I'm not finishing this episode. I'm sorry. I got some more shit I want to talk about. How unfortunate for you if you've been listening this long. But if you honestly want to dip after this, I don't give a fuck either. But I am really grateful for all the people that have been listening and watching listening to this podcast and watching my sketch videos and shit. Oh my God, I forgot to even mention it. Fuck. Okay, backtrack for a second for my 2020 recap video. It wasn't perfect. I was a one-man band the whole time. Okay, like I just had to work with what I had, because I was just like, I just had this stupid concept. I didn't want to spend too much time with it. I just wanted to get it done and out there. But I kind of wanted to pump this stuff out there to kind of show people the direction I'm leaning towards in terms of my content, as more in particular like my writing and directing. type of thing. I'm not going to, obviously, all of my sketch content is not going to be clowning influencers, but a lot of it will be, in my eyes, I see it, really being involved around like the influencer space, the internet space. That's what I was trying to say. So, did you enjoy it? Let me know if you didn't. That's sweet as well. Like, if you're only watching my stuff for the reaction content, that's fine. Like, I'm still doing those videos. Okay, I've got more of those lined up. But yeah, and that's not. I'm not here to say big things are coming or anything like that. But I've got some shit in the works that I'm kind of getting into motion. The reason why I don't really want to talk about it yet is because nothing's locked in. But doing that video gave me confidence in the sense of, okay, cool, this is what I could do with just me. Let's kind of try and expand that, all right? So that's all I'm going to say on it. But yeah, thank you for the people that are checking it out. Obviously, like, if you don't fuck with it, that's fine. Comedy stuff is like kind of subjective anyways. So anyways, speaking about this podcast as well, sorry. I know. Oh no, I was going to say something else and I forgot. I was going to say something else and I forgot. But what I mean to try to say about this podcast as well, I'm bringing guests back. Next year, I'll have some guests. I've got a second microphone right here. This little bad boy still. They will be not here every week. I don't want it to turn into a Joe Rogan experience. I feel like I'm fine just talking myself anyways. But yeah. Oh, that's what I remembered. Your boy remembered it. So, Jake Paul calling out McGregor for $50 million for that fight. That's fucking absurd. This whole, like, I will never understand this whole, like, boxing YouTube phenomenon kind of thing. I'm going to say it. I started fighting. I just started going to the parks and just start punching on with people. No, I've got a trainer. I saw the money that the YouTubers were making. I was like, yo, I'm 30 next year, but I could probably cash in on this. Nah, I'm just doing it just to be fit, and strong and stuff like that. But yeah, I've got like a trainer, I guess. I don't know. He's like a friend of mine, so it's kind of weird to kind of say, we've got a trainer and shit. But this isn't some rocky stuff. But yeah, even after one session, I was like, fuck, man, I'm beat after this. I don't know if people know this, but I kind of did boxing in high school. Like, I didn't compete. I wasn't in any boxing matches. I just did training for like 6 months or some shit like that in high school. And yeah, I don't know. I've always wanted to pick it up again, especially like martial art. Like, I've always been like a huge fan of martial arts and shit like that. Even as a kid, I love martial arts movies and shit. And yeah, so I decided, I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just start doing it again. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anyways, I'm not here to like go on about like my exercise life. But yeah, one thing, all right, back to the 2020 thing this year about the pandemic. This is the one thing I will say. This year has shown me who the fuck you got to distance yourself from in terms of the pandemic. Like, people that are coming out with crazy, like, the people that are on board with the conspiracy theory stuff, man. Yeah, I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna call them out. I forgive them. I forgive them in this moment. I hope that they've kind of understood how fucked up this situation was. But I had a dude that, yeah, I guess we're friends in high school, but we kind of linked up now after high school because he's in a creative field, and that's as far as I'm going to go in case people know me and they're going to try and connect the dots. But pause for suspense and water break. So during second lockdown, he reached out to me and shared a fucking pandemic. It was like a Fox News, what's his name? Carlson Tucker or Tucker, whatever. That dumbass motherfucker that somehow has a segment on Fox News. and was just like, oh yeah, this is a pandemic. I'm like, bro, by the way, he doesn't live in Melbourne, so he wasn't in lockdown. But I was like, bro, are you fucking serious? We're in second lockdown. People are fucking miserable, and I was miserable as well. Like, not even gonna sugarcoat it. Second lockdown fucking sucked, but we had to do what we had to do as a community, and we're good now. So I'm happy we did it. But he shared it. I was like, dude, are you serious? Like, how can you not empathize with me about what's happening right now? So I called him out on it, and I was like, bro, I'm not fucking watching this bullshit stuff. It was like, that's right, Pete Evans shared it. Pete Evans posted this fucking Tucker Carlson thing, and then he sent it to me. I was like, yo, I'm not going to take any advice from Fox News or Pete Evans about a fucking global pandemic, okay? They're just doing this shit for ratings. And then he hits me back with this other thing, being like, oh, well, listen to this guy, because he's a blah, 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 like a professor and everything. And you search his name, and then you just type in this dude's name, and all this shit comes up about, like, conspiracy theory stuff. So, again, debunked immediately, just for a 5-second Google search. So, yeah, I forgive him for that, but like shit like that just makes you realize who you gotta distance yourself from in terms of this pandemic. Someone I will call out though, because absolutely fuck this dude. I hate this dude now. He's so fucking annoying. This guy's a music video director based in LA. It sucks to say, but he was an inspiration to me. Okay, he was an inspiration to me. So his name's Robbie Starbuck. Calling him out because I don't give a fuck about him anymore. Him and I used to stay in touch because we were going to link up when I was in LA, and we weren't going to do any work together, but we could have, but we were planning on meeting up, and it didn't happen because of scheduling, blah, blah, blah. Look at me, big shot LA dude that I've been, look at me, I'm the guy that's been to LA, so, but yeah, I'm honestly glad I didn't meet up with that dude, because fuck that guy. The stuff that he's been posting, and he's so pro-Trump and thinks that, like, there's nothing wrong, like, well, I think there's something wrong about being pro-Trump, but we've got different, this ain't political, okay? But he was going on about how, like, Biden stole the election, and then he was also going on about, like, the pandemic stuff. Actually, someone else that I will call out, though, is a guy called Kingy Kings on Instagram. He's got a huge following. He's got like over 100,000 fucking followers, and he was posting all this shit about this whole pandemic and scamdemic stuff. So fuck both of those people, okay? Two people that I've been in touch with in the industry, and that dude is based in America as well. But fuck both of those people. So yeah, have you experienced something like that? Please call ahead. No, don't call in. I don't have a hotline or anything. But yeah, it's just people giving their 2 cents for shit that they're completely not qualified for. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say. That was like me during the whole second lockdown. I was like, yeah, this sucks. I fucking hate that we're being like confined to our homes, and we can't really go out or do anything. Like, I couldn't leave at all because you could only leave once a day to go to the shops, and not both of you go. So Caitlin was going and doing the shopping because I'm fucking useless like that. So she was doing the groceries and I was just there as a moral support. So she got all the fun for an hour and I didn't. But I realized, I was like, well, obviously this is what the science is saying. It's what the stats are saying. It's what the data is saying. We got to do this and we'll get through it. And we did. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, I need to play something for you. I've got a few more things to talk about. This is going to be a long one, so thank you if you have been listening to this. What was that? Oh, all right. That was Leroy eats food. Sorry, I heard a noise. I thought someone was breaking into my fucking house, and I'm not wearing pants. Can you imagine? So my door is right here. Can you imagine if someone fucking broke in? Someone actually breaking in? I don't know. Nah. I'm pretty safe where we are in terms of our suburb and everything, but how funny it would be. I'm going to take one headphone off. How funny would it be if someone like broke in and they opened the door and I'm here just talking to this with all these lights set up and I'm just here in my underwear. They're probably like, are you set up for OnlyFans or something? It's like, nah, bruh. Unfortunately, because at least if OnlyFans, I'd get paid for it. Anyways, I've got to play something for you. This is in regards to like Trump and shit. This is by far the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I say that a lot. It is an exaggeration, but I do want to play this because it is pretty funny. I'll put the audio through. You don't even need to watch this, okay? You can just listen to this. But yeah, here we go. It's like a 30-second video. Go.
So just for the record, you don't have a problem with legal immigration, right? No. Oh my God.
No.
Yeah.
I have no problem at all with legal immigration.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We were all once immigrants ourselves, so I think they should make it a little easier.
What do you think about Biden's new proposal to double the amount of visas to South America?
Oh, hell
That's
no.
awesome. That's gonna destroy everything. We're gonna be in a biggest mess, and there's no way we can afford that. It can't happen.
Holy shit. I don't know if you've seen this dude's shit. I don't know if he's the original poster, Walter Masterson on TikTok, but holy shit, that's set up as well. When he goes, no, like, we're for legal immigration. It's like, right? Oh, yeah, like, we're for that. And they're ingredients. And then the second he flips that, they're just like, nah. Fuck, man. Even if that was, oh, my God. That time period, like, oh, yeah, sure, it's edited. But that time period would be within a matter of seconds. But they flip the switch like that. Fucking hell. I don't know. I just wanted to share that because I was like, wow, these are the people that voted for Trump. Goes to show that they voted for Trump. Man. Anyways, that's all I wanted to end on in terms of the election and everything. So, fuck. Oh my God. There's been a few other things like that I've been watching. I think, The Daily Show. That's who I was going to say. What's his name? Jordan Klepper. That's his name. Go watch his Trump videos as well. They are absolutely hilarious. They're a similar thing where, like, they're not even, like, turning their words against them. He's literally just, like, getting them to say shit, and then he's just like... Man, I'm just having the fucking biggest brain worms right now. Yeah, he gets, like, the whole setup is, like, he just repeats what they say, or he says it in a certain way that just makes them look like the biggest fucking idiot. It's like the best one at the Jordan Krepper's done. Fuck, I already fucked up his name. Sorry, dude. Yeah, like as if someone from the Daily Show is going to be watching this. He says, you don't want to wear a mask, like, to protect everyone here. And this was at a Trump rally. And he's just like, no, of course not. Like, it's all bullshit. It's all made up. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I'm not a sheep like that. And he's like, oh, okay. But if Trump came out, but if everyone here was wearing a mask, you'd wear a mask as well. If Trump said to wear a mask, you would too. He's like, yeah, of course. He's like, yeah, but you're not going to do it now because you're not a sheep. He says, no. Fuck, man. This comedy literally writes itself. And then it's funny. I was getting lunch with my mates, Aaron and Chai, the other week. Shout out to them. Fucking biggest homies ever. And Aaron was like, yo, it's gotten to the point where it's just not even funny. It's literally just sad. Like, it's just so sad that they... like the comedy doesn't write itself anymore. It's just like really sad point. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I just need to lean into something real quick. All right, we're good. I did say 2 seconds. Fuck, did you see me in my underwear then? No. If I did, if I'm editing this, I gotta remember to blur that out. I'm literally not wearing pants right now, so because it's my podcast, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Anyways, speaking of catching up with friends, I caught up with my boy Tom Noski. Yeah, Leroy. Shout out to Tom Noski, man. Coolest fucking dude ever. We only met this year because of the whole pandemic thing. We've been instant friends for a while. I'm going to get him on, actually. I'm going to hit him up. I'm going to get him on the podcast because he's a really cool dude to chat with. We've got similar interests and whatnot. Anyways, so he is like a travel photographer and anything, but that's not the point. Oh, no. Leroy's tail is welcome to the podcast, the final podcast of the year. Leroy, his tail. Shit, give me a second. Let me grab him like a handbag. Also, if you are listening, if you are watching this and you have seen me scruff him the way that I do, I'm not hurting him. He has a lot of loose skin. He's like a fucking handbag, okay? So this doesn't hurt him whatsoever. If you want to fucking try and call RSPCA on me or anything like that, okay, we're good. Anyway, so I was at a bar in St Kilda catching up with him. To give context, we were sitting at the actual bar and it kind of curves around, and we're on one side of it and then on the other side, like adjacent to us. Adjacent, is that it? I don't know. I did really bad in high school, but adjacent, yeah. Anyways, his oldies were pretty much sitting next to us, and his two oldies. So we're in the middle of eating dinner as well as having a few drinks. And this oldie turns to me while I'm eating as well. So first of all, fuck you, you rude piece of shit. I'm eating my food. You wait and then you talk. Did you not grow up in a house full of manners? Clearly not. I don't really care that much. But yeah, I was eating, and because I've got finger tattoos, she was like, excuse me. And I just turned to her with a mouthful of food like, and she's like, oh, what do your fingers say? And honestly, okay, if you've been getting tattooed for as long as I've had, nearly 10 years now of getting tattooed. Wait, no shit, I haven't been getting tattooed for 10 years. I've been getting tattooed for 10 years now. You've heard all the conversations. You don't want to have those conversations. You just want to live your life without people fucking annoying you. But I get it. It comes with the price of getting tattooed. So she's asking me what it says on my fingers. And I'm at the point where I just say nothing. I say, oh, nah, it doesn't say anything. Just like leave it. The silence is great because they're like, oh, because there's a whole bunch of letters. So they just assume it says something. I'm like, no, it doesn't say anything. It's like, you know, the alphabet. I just have the alphabet tattooed on my finger so I fucking remember it. Remember the first 8 letters of the alphabet. Oh, fuck. And then she's like, oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I just thought it would like mean something or say something. And I was like, nah, I just didn't want to get a job. And then you just say deadpan because you're just like trying to end the conversation. You're basically just trying to let them know it's like, yeah, I am a drug dealer, okay? I'm not actually a drug dealer if any police are listening to this. It's just like you're trying to give that an attitude to shut it down so you can move on with your own fucking life, okay? Mind you, I text Caitlin this and her response was great. She said you should have said to him, yeah, they mean something. Does your balding head mean something too? I was like, oh, what a great call. So anyways, I'm trying to shut it down, and then, oh, God, if you got a lot of tattoos, you would have had these conversations before. Old people saying, yeah, I just don't get it, but why do you get them for? I just don't understand. It's like, you don't have to understand. Just let us live our lives the way we want to. It's like, why the fuck are you like a bunch of, like your generation are a bunch of alcoholics and you fucking hate young people? Why are you so like, you know, fucking pieces of shit. Fuck. Sorry, I'm getting pretty amped up about it, but it is annoying. It's like, fuck, I don't. But it does come with a price. Anyways. Oh, so they're going on about it, and I was just like, and it was funny because the bartender, he had a bunch of tattoos as well, and he was just kind of like, yeah, just get them because I want to kind of thing. It's like, yes, exactly. Just let people live their fucking lives without your judgment. But Tom, bless your soul, mate. absolutely bless your soul. I'm not calling you out or anything, but Tom is very new to getting tattooed. He's new to this world. All right. First of all, welcome. Did you get your welcome pack? I did mail it to you. Don't know if you got it, but there is a welcome pack that comes with this. It's called Not Getting a Job. So yeah, he's got a whole bunch of tattoos. He's got some sick work as well. And he's only really been getting tattooed like in the last year or so, like heavily, I guess. So he's still pretty new to it all, and he's engaging in this conversation. I felt like turning to him. Fuck man, if you listen to this now, wait in 5 years down the track when you've had these conversations. You're gonna be so sick of it because he's like engaging, he's trying to explain it. Bless your heart, man. But you're not gonna get through them. You're not gonna change their mind. They're gonna see you for what you look like and not give a shit about anything else. You could be a CEO earning like millions of dollars. You could be major successful, have all these charities. They won't give a single fuck. They'll just see you for what you are if you're tattoos. And in their generation, it means you're a fucking criminal or just a low-life human, okay? There's no change in their minds. Maybe in your family, you know? I've had this conversation with my dad. You know, I'm not calling out my dad. It's just the way he was growing up. Him growing up, it's like, you got a tattoos, you're a criminal. And we've had this conversation. He knows I'm not a criminal. Maybe. You'll never know. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I don't know. Another thing as well, like if you are planning on getting a lot of tattoos or something, be ready because this is going to fuck up your life. So I had this one instance. This is still the craziest shit I think has ever happened to me purely because I have a lot and I didn't even have that many tattoos at the time. This is going back like 6-7 years ago now. I was in Sydney for a job. I was like, I just finished filming and I had some time to kill in the city before I had to catch my flight back to Melbourne. Or was it Brisbane? I can't remember. It was a while ago. So I walk into Sydney. Yes, I walk into the Sydney. Walk into this place. There was like this restaurant. They were having like a lunch special thing. And I was like, dope. This place looks good. It was like a good like pasta or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'll eat here. This is the spot. I pull up, sit down. And there's only a couple of people there. And they're all fucking old people. So I'm waiting for a bit. And I'm just kind of like, what's the deal? I've been sitting here for like at least 15 minutes and no one's come up to even ask me if I want some water or take a drink or something or even welcome me. It was kind of weird. I kind of looked around for a second to be like, is this place open or are these people working here? I don't understand. Anyways, this dude comes over and I'm like, sick. I know what I want because I've been sitting here for 15 minutes. I'm going to get this meal. I'm going to get a Coke with it or another drink, whatever. You don't fuck with someone's meal, okay? You know, you got it in their head, they're ready to go. Dude walks up and I was just about to spit my order at him. Not even spit, just say it, because I wasn't going to be aggressive about it. I was annoyed I had to wait that long, but I was fine with it. And then he turns to me, he's just like, oh, sorry, you have to leave. And I was like, oh, shit, like, are you guys actually closed? I didn't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, no, he's like, no, the patrons here aren't comfortable with you around, so we're asking you to leave. I shit you not, that happened. Great, I couldn't fathom it. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, these people don't know me. And I turned to him, I was like, dude, like, don't you want my money and stuff? He's like, I'm sorry. Like, I could tell he didn't want to say it. I could tell that like one of the older people there are a fucking regular or whatever. And yeah, I didn't even have that many tattoos that time either. So I just found it weird. So anyways, then I left and just went to Pitt Street Mall and went to the food court there. And I think I got Nando's or something in the end. Anyways, yeah, Nando's can have my fucking money, not you. I'll have a chain over a you know, like a fast food chain over a restaurant anytime, any day of the week. No, not really. So yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of other fucking stories that I have regarding my tattoos that, you know. Oh shit. No, speaking of Christmas, yo, hold the fuck up. If you're about to exit, don't exit. This is an hour-long solo podcast now. We just ticked over an hour. It's fucking crazy. So, Christmas no, it wasn't Christmas last year. It was the year before that, because last year was just fucked. Year before that, I'm in my hometown with Caitlin. We were at this restaurant, and mind you, a whole bunch of like people from Sydney come down. It's just like rich people, whatever. Anyway, so there was like these old people sitting next to us on in the table next to us. Caitlin and I get there first, and we're waiting for the rest of my family. So we're sitting waiting, and I notice that there's this old couple next to us, and this lady is just immediately just staring. She's not even blinking. At first I thought she was dying or something like that, or she had died and she was just staring at us, and that was it. Her eyes hadn't closed yet. I just found it weird to brush it off. You know, at that point, you just kind of get tunnel vision. You forget about it. Okay, you forget about you have tattoos and people will judge you for it. All right, you get past that point. So we're sitting there, and she keeps fucking staring and then making remarks to her husband and even pointing. Yo, how rude are you? I want to speak to whoever fucking taught you manners, because they did a shit job. Don't ever fucking point at someone. That's just rude. Anyway, so she's pointing and making remarks, and I can see her husband's being like, pipe the fuck down. Don't say anything. He's a criminal. He could probably rob us. So I was ready to snap. My family rock up as well, and she's still fucking staring. I thought having like a group of 6 of us at this table would be enough to get her to shut up and fuck off, but it wasn't. And so she's still staring. So instead of snapping, I do the complete opposite. I turn to her and say, hey, how's it going? Very nice of me. And she looked so offended. Like, she looked like I just told her that I had murdered all of her family. So that would probably have to be the craziest fucking story. And then she was like, oh. And then she just looked away and didn't look back for the whole night. Boom. That's probably up there of the top stories of crazy shit being tattooed. Anyways, so today is Wednesday, my dude. Yeah, throwing it back to that Vine. MGK, my friend, you have made a fool of yourself on the internet again today. I'm going to say it because like I don't give a fuck about the MGK stands. By the way, they're fucking crazy. Anyways, this absolute bozo of a dude wrote one pop punk album, and now he thinks he's like the savior of rock and roll. No, you've been at the party for 5 seconds. You are the dude who has gotten their first AAA pass. You are that guy. You just got your first AAA pass, and you're throwing your cock around like this, and you want your presence known. I'm a real rock star because I have this laminate. I've seen your type before. So if you don't know by now, he did this interview with Spotify, and he was saying that there's no true rock stars anymore, and he's the last real rock star around, and he's going to bring back the rock. He was talking about how he did a Warped Tour, and all these people were wearing comfortable shoes, and he's like, the show's not about you. You gotta get uncomfortable. You gotta wear some Doc Martens and all this type of shit. I was like, bro, you did one Warped Tour? He didn't even do the full Warped Tour. I know that because I was employed by Warped Tour. Oh my god. I don't think he ever did like a full Warped Tour. I think he only did a couple of shows. Anyways. So he would have gotten like the full treatment. He probably flew everywhere or some shit like that. He probably didn't even have a bus or a bandwagon for that matter. Like, and he's talking and he's calling people out on Warped Tour wearing comfortable shoes. Man, I'll tell you something. I did 2 full Warped Tours. That changes a motherfucker. Doing one changes you. That shit fucking ruins you. So forgive me and all the other people on Warped Tour who just didn't want to wear uncomfortable shoes. It's a brutal tour, okay? It got to the point where I was like, I prefer no shoes at this point. I fucking hate wearing shoes. I hate existing because Warped Tour is so soul crushing, okay? It's the best tour you'll ever do, but it's fucking hard. And this dude has the audacity, the absolute fucking audacity to come up and say that we're not real rock stars. Fuck you, man. I'm not even a musician. I'm just a crew member, and I know how bullshit the way he is. But I'm so glad he did that because he made a fool of himself yet again, and I hope he never makes another fucking album. Come up to me with your cheesy as fuck early 2000s pop punk cunt. You are not doing anything innovating. You're doing everything that's already been done before. And you know the reason why you are in the position you are? It's because you've been put on a pedestal your whole life. I made this fucking tweet where I was just like, yeah, Diddy gave him a fucking leg up from day dot. And people still came up, MGK stands came after me and says, oh, no, Diddy didn't do anything for him though. Then why was he involved? Why was he involved? You might not think, okay, education time, kiddies. You might not think Diddy did anything because it might not be public. But let me tell you, and I'm going to choose my words. I'm not even choose my words carefully because I have massive respect for you, Diddy. If you ever come across this, if you ever come across my fucking podcast and you're the sixth person that listens to this shit, I've got mad respect for you, Diddy. But you've been in the game for so long, you know every motherfucker in here. So you and I know, don't level with me. Cut the bullshit. You would have emailed people, publicists, PR people, fucking managers, booking agents. You know everyone in the fucking game. So here's a lesson for you, kiddies. Just because something's not public doesn't mean nothing's happening in the background. Okay? Got it? Thank you. That lecture will cost you $3,000. You can PayPal me. Nah. Man, fuck. It does frustrate me because these kids think, oh, you know, he did all this himself. And I'm not saying he didn't work hard, okay? I'm sure MGK did work hard, but you can't fucking sit there and tell me that he got where he's at now by himself. All right? He had a lot of leg ups, especially that album. Fucking Travis Barker. And you know what? Here's another thing. I got mad props for you as well, Travis Barker. So I'm not calling you out directly, man. But fuck, dude. Like, I don't know. Is the reason why you did the albums because you knew you were gonna get a bag from it? You're the hardest working dude in this game. Okay, Mr. Barker. I will be calling you that from here on out because I want to be very formal about this. Mr. Barker, it is undeniable that you are the hardest working dude in the pop punk game. And you have overlapped that into the rap game as well. I have nothing but huge respect for you. And you do have fuck you money at this point. Is that conflicting though of me to say that you did this to get a bag? You know? But he is just a creative dude. Maybe he just did it because he was bored and he wanted a bag as well. Same thing as like Mayweather and Logan fight, you know? Mayweather doesn't need it. He's got fuck you money as well. But maybe he does need that. Maybe he's had that hit of the drug and he wants some more fuck you money, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, man. Like, yeah, if you're working for it and you get that money, fucking good on you. But yeah, honestly, fuck MGK. He's a clown. He was a clown when he was a rapper. He was a clown now as a fucking pop punker. I've seen your videos of you trying to act like a rock star. Yo, did anyone see the video of him at Interscope Records when he was playing back the pop punk album and he was like dancing on like the tables, like doing the air guitar? Oh, my butthole has been tight ever since. That was the cringiest shit I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, I've given that guy far too much attention. So yeah, fuck MGK. Anyways, let's wrap it up. been talking for way too long now. Thank you for joining me for this long-ass podcast. But yes, Christmas time. Christmas time is upon us as the last topic. We've been watching Christmas movies. We just got Disney Plus. So last couple of nights, we watched Santa Claus 1, Santa Claus 2. Now, okay, I'm rushing through this because I want to wrap this up so I can get dinner and just chill out for the rest of the night. Santa Claus 1. Great movie as a kid. Came out in the mid-90s, so I was a youthful child and I understood what was happening. I remember watching that movie and thinking it was the coolest thing ever. I watched it now and I was like, God damn, these are some PS1 graphics VFX shit. For the time, it was probably good. But yeah, it was still it's still a great movie. And we just watched Santa Claus 2, also a great movie. Tim Allen's the fucking best. As you know, I have said that I watched Nightmare Before Christmas for the first time and I gave my full review. Still stands. Tim Burton fucking sucks. But you can give props where props is due. It's a good movie. Now. Science has proven this as well. I talked about data and science and how you should trust it. My brother-in-law sent me this article, okay? It was a long article and I read it. This guy, someone, broke down scientifically why Die Hard is a Christmas movie, okay? I've been saying this the whole time. Now, I want to keep my marriage. So for Caitlin's sake, it's not a Christmas movie. But if you're not my wife, it's a Christmas movie. And, I can see the viewership dropping now. Or it could be growing, you know? You've heard of MGK stands being crazy. I'm a Die Hard is a Christmas movie stan crazy. You know? It's a fucking Christmas movie. Anyways, I actually saw this funny meme where they were like, Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. It's old mate running from Alan Rickman for an hour and a half. It's a Harry Potter film. And I cackled. That was the funniest fucking meme ever. But no, it's a Christmas movie. So... And yes, the week of Christmas, okay, next week, when I'm up seeing my family. All right, okay, Love Actually? No, I'm done with Love Actually, okay? That's like a boomer movie. Shout out to my dad-in-law, he really loves it. But it's a boomer movie, okay? Okay, the week of Christmas, the nights leading up to it, because we're going to get there like a few nights before Christmas. Elf, clearly. Home Alone 1 and 2, because I'm not a fucking psychopath. And Jingle All the Way. That was the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I was trying to remember an hour ago. But, yeah. I think that is like the perfect week. But I still have a few nights to fill in. So I'm going to go through Disney Plus, try to figure out some more. You won't see the reviews, unfortunately, for these movies, because, you know, this is the last podcast episode of the year. By the time it's New Year, I would have forgotten all about it and it would be behind me. But I am going to, this is what I do. I do it for Halloween, I do it for Christmas. Try to find as much Halloween and Christmas movie shit to watch and content. And that's all I do the whole time. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm wrapping it. An hour and fucking 15 minutes this episode will be by the time I finish wrapping it up. Maybe. Oh, probably not. Anyways, in saying that, thank you again. Thank you so much for everyone that has listened to this podcast this year. It's been a wild ride. There was a break, and now I'm back. But next year, once a week, you will find me right here talking to all of you. And again, I don't care if you're male, female, or non-binary. I don't care who you fuck either. I've got big love for everyone. So this is like that type of like safe space, you know? You're all welcome here on this podcast, all right? I know I might say some edgy jokes sometime, but at the end of the day, I fucking love each and every one of you that do tune into this episode, no matter what your background is, okay? I'm really glad I got that off my chest. Because it's true. I'm a decent human being, okay? Without being narcissistic myself, I'm a decent human being. But yes, thank you so much for being a part of this podcast for the year. And more importantly, my YouTube channel, I did the shift. It was a big jump. I was nervous, but people are really engaging and enjoying the content. So I'm going to keep it up. Not only just for the people, but for myself as well. Because it gives me dopamine. I don't know. It's giving me a lot of love. So, as always, thank you. And I hope you all have a good Christmas or holidays. Sorry, I'll try to blanket it. Have happy holidays, everyone. Whatever you celebrate, whether you're with family or not with family. I've been in nearly every Christmas scenario you could possibly think of, aside from like all the religious ones. So, you know, actually no, I have been in part of the religious ones. That could be a story for another time. Anyways, I hope no matter what you're doing during the holiday period, you're having a great time. That's all I care about, whether you like spending with friends and family or you don't. If you're a solo person, I fuck with that too. I fuck with you. Anyways, enjoy your holiday period. Enjoy your New Year's. 2021, let's have a better fucking year, people, okay? In saying that, if you have enjoyed this podcast, as always, you can find it on iTunes and Spotify. Please give it a 5-star rating on iTunes. It really does help the podcast get out to more people. And same as the YouTube channel as well. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Again, it just reaches more people. And if you want to tell some friends about it, I'm open to that as well. We're an open community here, and the more the merrier, I fucking say. In saying that, thank you again. I love you all. Good night. Peace, love, all that good shit. Have a good one.